Hello, guys. Welcome to Nyange the Blessed TV, where we are to discuss about issues stigma. Today in the channel, we got wonderful guests. With me, I have Madam Choratich. Oh, let me walk close to her.
Yes.
Hello, Madam. Welcome a lot.
Thank you.
She's
Thank
a
you very much.
specialist. She's a specialist on issues speech therapy, and she'll be helping us on knowing much about the same. Hello, Mr Mahlon.
Yes, thank
My friend who has been struggling with the stuttering, or what most of us know it as stammering. So he will also help us to understand exactly how his life has been. So welcome a lot. And if I may start with you, Madam Rotich,
Yes.
please help us understand, what is stuttering?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm Sister Gladys Rotich, a speech and language therapist. Stuttering and stammering, they mean the same thing. One is British English, another one is American English. And as one drives a car, one intentionally could be wanting to go to the right, but as you try to turn the car to the right, you realize it is going to the left. That is what persons with stammering experience. They would want to say something, but it is refusing to come. There are three things which are normally identified for a person, or characteristics of a person who stammers. One, blockage. When one wants to say school, they say school. Or repetition, my name. Or prolongation, like school. Those are the three main characteristics, which if a person is portraying that, most of the time it is a case of stammering. Thank you, Zachary.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you saying it's about the characteristics would be blockage, would be repetition, or prolongation.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Now,
Yes.
Mahlon, I request that you be a little louder and you help us understand. Have you suffered any of this? Before you came on set, you told me that you really had lots of challenges with the same, especially all the way since you were a child to date that you're now a wonderful gentleman. I don't know, have you suffered with, or rather of any of this?
Yes, when I was in class 2, I suffered, that's when I began stuttering actually. I acquired a stutter in class 2 at around July. At that time, I suffered what she referred to as a blockage.
Mm-hmm.
My articulation wasn't that fluent because I used to find it tough articulating words. Yeah.
Wow.
Then along the way, I think at around high school, then it came the prolongation part of it, where my words, I had to, when I begin a word, I had to prolong it first before it comes out. Yeah.
And did you at any stage experience repetition?
Definitely, yeah. Repetition literally, it happened. I'll say it concurred with the
blockage.
Yeah, with the blockage. With the blockage. This is the part where to say a word, either you have to find something that will actually trigger something like a force in you. That for you to say mama, you have to beat something. Either you have to hit your leg down for it to come out.
Oh my. Well, okay. You know, sometimes you normally say you'd rather have an impairment that is seen so that people could easily understand you, because I can imagine the kind of struggle you went through. Because I'm wondering, how was the students or other pupils taking you when you're studying? And did you finish the same school when you started in class 2?
Okay, I began that school. That was my first school where I went to preschool. So at class 2, when I began to stutter, I finished the class 2 part of it, but then for class 3, I refused. I wouldn't go back there because it was full of stigmatization. You know, you've just been okay, and then from nowhere you begin to stutter. Everybody will be like, what the hell is happening in this school?
Yes.
So I lost friends, I lost people, I didn't have company, so I chose to quit.
Oh my! So you quit school while in grade 3 or class 3 that time.
Yeah.
Wow! 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 Do you associate this with the characteristics that you're mentioning of people with stuttering issues, madam?
Yes, uh, these three things which I mentioned, three characteristics, they are the ones we say primary behaviors.
Yes.
The reaction, the way people react to you when you want to say this, like they are wondering, why are you talking that way? That pushes you to have other characteristics, we say secondary behaviors.
Secondary
The way he
behaviors.
explains of trying to pitch even the leg so that the word comes, that is a secondary behavior. It has come because of the reaction of people. Yeah. At times you even start blinking the eyes. Yes. Or even starting to pitch your leg so that the word comes. Those are the secondary behaviors. They happen.
Ah, wow. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
What would you say about him being unable to even study when he was at grade 3 or class 3 in this case?
Yeah. Academically, they are okay, but the reactions in school, the teachers, the colleagues, those are experiences which they really go through badly because they don't understand him. So at times it is taken as rude. And remember, one reacts stutters more when there is a lot of fear, because fearing the authority and the reaction from the so when there is high tension and anxiety, they experience a rough time.
A rough time.
And it can affect them academically because you will not concentrate. You are wondering. Yeah, no wonder he said he had to change the school.
So
Only,
which school did you change to? Thank you, madam. Which school did you go to? I'm just interested to know, sorry.
Okay, now that I'm just a kid and I told my parents I'm not going to school because...
Could you be a little louder, please?
Okay, I'm saying, now that I'm just a kid and I told my parents I'm not going to school because of this stutter. And then so they were like, it's okay, if you don't want to go to school, then stay here. That was at around December during the holiday. So as days went by, I just saw a construction at our home, you know, going on. Then in January, they were like, hey boy, this is your school. Now you'll study here. So they, my grandparents and parents decided to construct a school, I think specifically for me, because I have a stutter.
They had to construct a school because of your stuttering challenge?
Yeah, so that I will find a comfortable place to study. So anybody who was coming to that school, I think they found me. Now on finding me, they were told about me. So I began feeling at home again.
So it was easy for them to cope with you because they have found you there in that school.
Actually, yeah.
May God bless them wherever they are.
Yes.
Oh God, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Very.
Constructing a school to make sure that they give you the best environment.
That's
Wow.
what happened.
Wow. Wow.
So
that's so
where
sweet.
I studied from class 3 to class 8. Yeah.
Wow, from class 3 to class 8, and then you left for secondary. But Madam Rotiche is saying that you know, you may have very weird experiences because of fear or even the treatment that you are receiving from the people you're interacting with, say your teachers and the schoolmates or classmates. Would you maybe share with us some of the 3 incidences that you feel they were really killing you, in terms of your morale?
Okay, the first incident that killed me so hard, we were in class 5 by this time. And we were the top class because the school was began to suit me. Now that I'm in class 3, it has to go up to class 3. So this time when we were in class 5.
So you mean when you're in class 5 was the highest?
Yeah.
Because it is also moving only with you.
Yeah. So when we were in class 5, there was an AGM. And in this AGM, I happened to have topped the exams. So the MC of the day said that every top student will come forward and say something, at least say a word.
Wow.
So here I am, tensed. I don't know what's going to happen. And so they began straight from pre-unit.
Mm.
And kids will be like, Naitwa, they say the name and they go. But now that I'm the top student, at least I have to say something.
The best.
Yeah. But what happened was hell, because even my name couldn't come out.
Oh, my friend.
Yes.
Sorry for that.
Even my own name couldn't come out.
Uh,
And so now my grandfather is seated just right in front of me because he's the manager. My dad is on the other side. Our family friend is here. He's the director. The parents laughed, literally. Everybody laughed. And that stuff killed me. So I gave away the microphone and I went. I really cried on that day.
You really cried on that day.
I really cried on that day.
Something to say, madam? On that, now that...
Remember, he is talking,
Yes.
and it is normally triggered if you are in people who are of authority. Yes.
People
so
of
remember,
authority.
yes, people of authority. Remember, everybody is silent, waiting for you to speak.
Yes.
That is the time it is worse. Yeah. The anxiety, the stress, you don't know how will they react. That wasn't the scenario. Yeah.
So in this case, if these people were to kind of give him chance and not laugh, then he would have probably found his car back to the right lane. Now that you related stuttering to a car that is kind of refusing to be on the appropriate lane, right?
Exactly. And in a real life scenario, when one goes through, that is what we do in speech and language therapy.
Yes.
When one goes through therapy, there are sessions where we create where you speak in front of authority. Not even in front of one person or two people. Maybe a scenario where you are speaking in front of four. Another experience again we do in front of more people. So the more you are exposed to it, the more now it is helping you to be more comfortable. So that is now what needed to be done and what should be done to most of persons who stammer.
I hope
Yes.
the parents, the teachers, and everybody in the society has heard that, so that tomorrow you participate in molding somebody and not in killing them, to have them go cry like Mahlon is saying that he really cried that very
And
day.
laughing.
And
That
they
was
laughed at
bad.
him, you know. Now, what was the other incidents that you really remember? Sorry for making you go back to your childhood.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Another incident happened in Form 1.
Form 1.
Yeah. Because in Form 1, I joined school late. So now I joined Teremi High School. Then so there was this moment, it was a business lesson. Because when we went to school, my dad made sure that he had told at least every teacher that this boy has a starter, this boy has a starter. But now it happened that the business teacher wasn't told about me because maybe he wasn't in school or something. So our first business lesson, the teacher came to class and he was like, everybody's going to introduce themselves.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
you say your name, you say where you come from, you say the school that you are in, you say what you want to be when you grow up. Dude, that was something like a full composition for me. Now, okay, I
can
was sitting at
imagine.
the back of the class, so
Yeah.
everybody said their name, then it came to me. I began saying, and then I had to start. My name didn't come out. I literally couldn't continue. So I was like, mom. Then the teacher was like, hold on. If you don't know how to speak, you shouldn't be in high school. You should go back to primary and
What?
teach yourself how to speak before you come to my class.
Oh my
It really
God.
killed me. That was the second incident that really killed me.
If you don't know how to speak, go
Yeah.
back to your primary school.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I hated business studies from that day.
That is, Zachary, to interrupt.
Mm,
That is what is lacking in our schools.
mm,
There is need to visit as many schools as possible,
mm,
to talk to teachers,
mm,
to understand what stammering is,
mm.
because that is where we either help these children
Yeah,
or we kill them.
that is true.
Yes.
I agree.
There is a lot to be done. Now even we are using it, the media now,
Yeah.
that is the best. But this should be circulated to as many teachers as possible,
Yes.
in all levels.
In all levels.
Preschools and in primary schools, in high schools, even in universities, during defenses. Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. So, you say that if every teacher did know that you are a starter, then this would not have happened because the others did understand you. But this specific one, or business in this case, did not understand you at all.
Yeah.
And they literally said words that would kill you.
Yeah.
No, if it were better if they probably asked you, okay, you could sit down, you will speak after the others or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So that would have made you feel better. So did you also walk out and cry?
Not really. I was a grown-up.
Ah, okay.
I was a grown-up. And grown-ups don't cry.
Okay. That's wonderful. Help us with this other one last experience. I'm sure because you've come all the way to campus level, you must have had yet another experience or many other experiences, but at least the third one. So that you see, we've even been able to capture experience of you in primary, of you in secondary. I don't know if there's any that you relate to the society or with the university levels.
Okay, when I joined university,
Yeah.
I had this notion whereby I'm a grown up, I'm a man, and I can deal with anything that comes due to my starter.
Yeah.
But I discovered that was a lie because when I was in first year,
Yeah.
there's this lecturer who came to class. You know, in class we were literally few, about 25 in our class. So he knew. Actually, she knew everybody by name. So there's this one time she came and she had given an assignment. She said, go read on a certain theory. It was the Karma theory, and then come and present in class. So no, just go read about it because she'll be teaching about it in the next lesson. So we came to class on that next lesson. Then here she is. In campus, I like sitting in front because that's, I don't know why, but I just like being in front.
That's wonderful.
So she came and she was like, Mahlon, did you read? I was like, yes. And then tell us about it. I literally began. And then just from nowhere, I couldn't continue. Literally. I tried my best, but it couldn't come out. Then my madam was like, you think you people are men, and so for you being men, you can just rudely assume me. I've told you to present something, then you begin and just from nowhere stop, and you don't want to continue. She complained, and literally, and after that she left the class. She said, we are not continuing with this lesson, and Mahlon, don't come to my next lesson.
She literally asked you not to come to her lessons?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the next lesson I had to miss because I couldn't even go approach her because maybe I could still go and still start again. You know?
God.
So I just had to let it go. But I felt terribly in that unit. Actually, she taught us several units, and for all the units she taught us, I felt because I hated.
Yeah,
You had an attitude.
He failed in those units because he said, yeah.
I actually hate that teacher to death. Okay, I don't know. Yeah.
Issues of attitude, Madam Rotich?
It is a pity because very little is known in our country about stammering. I think simply because we are few again in the country. Yes. So
Few in the country.
I still repeat, there is a lot to be done even in our higher learning institutions because they don't know the harm they are causing. Many students like Mahlon, even they suffer when it comes to defense. When you are defending your thesis.
Yes, your thesis for masters, for
Not
example.
that you don't know what to say, but because of the condition of stammering.
Yes.
Yes, so there should be other ways of solving it than oral.
Oral.
Yes.
Other
And
ways
again,
of solving it than oral.
frequent, if again, I say we are few, having access to therapy, that again helps because the more you stand, as I repeat, in front of the rest, and again the authorities standing in front of them, that helps to minimize. Until even it is so minimal, the rest do not know that you stammer. That you tell, by the way, I do stammer, and people will be surprised. Yeah.
Okay. So you said first to have other ways of solving oral presentations, like other means of presenting it which are not necessarily oral, that would help. And you also mentioned something to do with regular positioning or presentation when there's a presence of authority and a large number of people, so that these people could get used.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was sense, it is easier with a small group. But the bigger the group, remember, the more the tension. And when there is high tension, it was sense, it triggers.
Okay.
So when one is used to it and practicing and making fun of it and knowing about it, that is easier solved.
Okay.
And it almost becomes an issue. Yes.
That's wonderful. Just
you.
Before you share with us some of the possible remedies an individual could do to themselves as we wind up, I would wish, Mahlon, that you help us know what are some of the things that you've been doing to help yourself to, reduce the stuttering challenge that you do have.
Okay, actually, I've never been to speech therapy. I've never been to speech therapy. But I personally went through Steve Harvey's biography, and he was a stutter. He had a stutter while he was a kid.
Yeah.
But right now he hosts a show and he speaks audibly. He's so efficient. So I was interested in this game. Then I learned that he usually tells people on how to, that if you want to say something, say it. If you want to say something to people, say it to yourself in your mind about 3 times before you speak it out. And if you do that, you'll find that it's coming out audibly without having a struggle and a stutter. Another thing is just I got used to my friends, and I took the laughing as fun part of it.
Yeah.
So when they laugh at me, I also laugh. So that's how I used to cope up with it, and it has faded all the way. Yeah.
Thank you a lot. Madam Rotich,
Yes.
Talking to the mirror, is talking to the mirror one of the things that could help these people reduce stuttering?
I suppose it is helping one to gain confidence.
Yes.
And the more confident you are, the lesser the stuttering.
Okay.
Yes, the lesser the stuttering. Like if you are to go to have a presentation,
Yes.
maybe try having a presentation and seeing how it is in the mirror. That might help.
That might help.
I give an example of somebody who has a problem with receiving a phone call.
Yes.
I find in cases which I handle for those who come for speech and language therapy, a person is fearing to receive a phone call next to somebody else because the other person will hear how I am talking and stuttering.
Wow.
So I tell the person, try picking that phone, of course if it is not a confidential one.
Yes.
Picking when there is only one person nearby.
Yes.
Yes, don't worry, try it. And eventually, even when one is called, when you are in a matatu, you are able now to pick the phone and respond. So practice makes perfect.
Wow.
Yes, yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes.
That is a very, very wonderful way of us ending this session.
Yes.
After having discussed several ways on how we can have it controlled. For example, the option of talking to authority so that you speak in presence of them and to be able to capture your fear. The option of making sure that you speak to yourself in the mind 3 times before you open your mouth to say something. The options of maybe even like picking a call when there's somebody, especially if it is not confidential, so that you may continue practicing speaking in presence of people. Those are some, but some of the many ways one can do to make sure that they, battle this challenge of stuttering. It has been fun having you watch us as we discuss this. Kindly do your best wherever you are at in your level, as a teacher, as a parent, as a religious leader, and in any level that you're in, as a boss somewhere. Please remember, not everybody is very confident when they are speaking, and so give them a chance in case you find someone stuttering in your organization. With that said, I request you to kindly follow. I'll be probably sharing how you can get to Madam Rotich, who is a speech therapist in case you need the service, and also how you can reach to Mahlon. By the way, Mahlon is also a musician. He's finalizing his architect studies in Kenyatta University currently, and he's a happy person. He has already found himself able to battle the issues of stuttering. Congratulations to you for watching, and please make sure that you practice what you've already learned. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing that, because that will help you not miss our next episode. If you are not new here, thank you, and consider liking, because that helps me feel appreciated and continue wanting to bring more and more. And please share so that as many people as possible could get this info and be able to support the persons with stuttering impairment. Thank you. God bless you. Goodbye.